Hello viewers, welcome to RP Rao's Academy. In today's session, I will discuss about GATE previous questions on Kirchhoff's laws from 2005 onwards. The first question, if R1 equal to R2 equal to R4 equal to R and R3 equal to 1.1 R in the bridge circuit, this is the bridge circuit shown, then reading in the ideal voltmeter is one of these options. Let us find out now. Here the 10 volts battery is given, its supply current is I amperes. This current will split it I1 and I2. I1 and I2. Okay, and it may pass through this branch and this branch. But since the given voltmeter is ideal voltmeter, the internal resistance of this voltmeter is infinite. Since the resistance is infinite, the I1 will flow through this branch only. It doesn't flow through branch AB. Why? Because its internal resistance is infinite. So I1 will be flowing through R2 also. Therefore, R1 and R2 are in series. And I2 also will flow through R4 and R3. Why? Because this Ri is infinite. It doesn't allow the current to pass through this branch AB. So at this point, this I1 and I2 add up and will become the supply current I. The question is to find out the ideal voltmeter reading. Now let us find out now. What is the current supplied by the battery? Which is nothing but 10 volts divided by the total resistance. Okay? After finding the current in terms of these resistances and then find out I1 and I2 in terms of I. After that we will apply Kirchhoff voltage law to this loop and then find out V. That is the procedure. Now let us find out I now. That is I. I is equal to supply voltage 10 by the total resistance. R1 and R2 are in series. So it can be done like this. So it is 2R. Since R1 is R and R2 is also R and R3 is also R and R4 is 1.1 R. Now R4 is R and R3 is 1.1 R. 1.1 R. So this parallel circuit can be reduced to the circuit like this. 2R and this one is 2.1 R. 2.1 R. This is the supply current split into I1 and I2. So what is the total resistance now? Since these two are in parallel, 2R into 2.1 R by 4.1 R. Okay, to R1 and R2 are in parallel, then its resistance is equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Okay, I have used that formula. So I is equal to now 1 R will go off and I is equal to 10 into 4.1 by 10 into 4.1 by 4.2 R amperes. Okay, this is the supply current. Now let us find out I1 and I2 in terms of I by using current division method. So I is divided into I1 and I2. So what is I1? I1 is equal to 2.1 R into I supply current by total of these two resistances. That is nothing but 4.1 R. This R and this R will get cancelled. It is equal to 2.1 by 4.1 into I. Similarly, I2 is equal to I2. Current is flowing through this resistor. So I2 is equal to this resistance 2R into I by 4.1 R. So is equal to 2 by 4.1 into I. So we got the currents I1 and I2 in terms of I, and I is equal to 10 to 4.1 by 4.2 R into 4.2 R amperes. Okay, now let us apply KVL to this circuit. Let this node be C. Consider the loop BACB. BACB. Start from B, rise in potential, plus V. Again the direction of current I1. So again plus R1 I1. Now in the we are moving the direction of current. So it is minus I2 into R4 is equal to 0. V plus what is R1 is nothing but R. This I1 here, R into I1 minus I2 into R4 is also R is equal to 0. So V is equal to, what is V? V is nothing but the ideal voltmeter reading. So V is equal to, now bring this to right side, it will become R into I2 minus I1. So V is equal to R into, what is I2? 2 by 4.1 minus I1 is 2.1 by 4.1. I have taken I common, which is equal to minus R into 0.1 by 4.1 into I. Okay, we can stop here itself. Why? Because we got negative result. So in the options, one of the options is minus 0.238 volts. So we can put a tick against C. Let us find out the value now, which is equal to minus R 0.1 by 0.1 by 4.1 or 0.1 by 4.1, and what is I? I is nothing but 10 into 4.1 by 4.2 R. This R and this R will get cancelled, 4.1 and 4.1 will get cancelled. So finally it is equal to minus 0.1 into 10 is 0.1 into 10 is 1 by 4.2 volts, which is equal to minus 0.238 volts. So you can put a tick against C. C is the answer. Okay, next question. This question came in there 2009. In the interconnection of ideal sources shown in the figure, it is shown that the 60 volts source is absorbing power. Which of the following can be the value of the current source I? That means we should find out the current I. It can be any one of these options, A, B, C and D. So absorbing power, if any source is absorbing power, current should be entering the positive terminal of the source which is absorbing. Okay, if it is delivering power, the current should move out of its positive terminal. Same is applied to the current source also. If it is voltage source, here it is given 60 volts source is absorbing power. So what kind of the power absorbed by this? 60 into current which is entering. Let that be IS. IS is the current entering, since it is absorbing source. If it is delivering the power, then the current should move away from, it should move out from the positive terminal. Same thing is applied to current sources also. If the current source is like this, and this is positive, this is negative terminal, let us say, and this is a delivering source which delivers the power. Though it is a current source, it delivers the power. And if it is like this, minus plus, that means it is entering into positive terminal. So it is absorbing power. Okay? And same thing is applied to voltage sources also. If it is a voltage source and the current is moving out from the positive terminal, then it is said to be delivering power. Here it is, if it is like this, entering positive terminal, so it is absorbing power. And the power is nothing but the voltage into current delivered by that source. That is the power delivered or power absorbed. Now let us consider this given circuit now. The current 12 amperes is flowing like this, and it is split into, let IS be the current which is flowing into the ideal source, 60 volt source, and this is the current I. Source current of this ideal source. How many ideal sources are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 voltage sources and 2 current sources. Now try to find out this current I now. That is at this point you apply Kirchhoff's current law now. Applying Kirchhoff's current law at this point, the current entering the node here is 12 amperes. The same current will flow in this branch. So at this node it is entering and Is is flowing like this since it is absorbing source. So 12 Is plus I, these are leaving and should be equal to 12 amperes. That means if you take the sign of sign of entering current is positive, then it will be plus minus Is minus I is equal to 0. In that way also you can write. Okay. So from this equation, what is Is? Is is equal to 12 minus I. So Is is positive here, its value is positive. So the I should be less than or equal to 12. If I is more than 12, then it will become negative. So Is should be positive. It should be positive. So I should not exceed 12. So it should be less than or equal to 12. So in the given options, A is the right answer. Here 10 is less than or equal to 12. So put a tick against A. Okay, next question. In the circuit shown, the power supplied by the voltage source is, it can be 0 volts, 5 watts, 0 watts, 5 watts, 10 watts or 100 watts. Let us find out now which one is the right answer. This is the circuit given and the battery is 10 volts battery. 10 volts battery. And let I be the current delivered by the voltage source. Now let us find out the currents in the other branches in terms of Y only and then apply Kirchhoff voltage law to the outer loop to find out the value of current. If you, after finding the value of current, you just multiply this current with this 10 volts to get the power delivered by the voltage source. Okay, here let the current be in this branch BCB I1 and in the branch CAB I2 and in the branch BDB I1, I2 and I3 and here let it I4. I4 is nothing but I only, just for applying KCL at this node A, I have written I4. Okay. Let us consider the node D now. At node D, let us apply Kirchhoff current law. Kirchhoff current law. So at node D, what are the currents approaching? 1 ampere, 2 ampere and I3 is leaving, which implies I3 is equal to 3 amps. So 3 amperes is flowing. 3 amperes is flowing in this direction towards the node B and I is also entering the node B and I1 is leaving. Now let us apply KCL at node B now. Let us apply KCL at node B. At node B, what are the currents entering? I is entering, 3 amperes entering and I1 is leaving. So summation of all the currents should be equal to 0. So from this equation, we get I1 is equal to 3 plus I. So I1 is what? So I1 is nothing but 3 plus I. 3 plus I is the 3 plus I amperes is the current which is flowing in this branch. Next, let us apply Kirchhoff current law at node C. At node C, let us apply Kirchhoff current law. At node C, what are the currents entering? At node C, what are the currents entering? I1 is entering. So 3 plus I. 3 plus I. I2 is I2 is leaving and 1 ampere is also leaving. So minus 1 minus I2 is equal to 0, which implies I2 is equal to 2 plus I. So I'll write 2 plus I here. 2 plus I is the current which is flowing in this branch. Okay? And if you apply Kirchhoff current law at node A, we will get 0. At node A, let us apply Kirchhoff current law, KCL current law. I2 is entering, 2 amperes leaving. So 2 plus I minus 2 amperes leaving, and I4 is also leaving, which is equal to 0, which implies I4 is equal to I. So it is nothing but the current delivered by the voltage source, 10 volts voltage source. Now let us apply Kirchhoff voltage law to the outer loop and find out I. To start from A, let the loop be A, B, C, A. A, B, C, A. A, B, rise in potential, so plus 10. And in BC, we are moving in the direction of current I1. I1 is nothing but 3 plus I. I1 into, since the resistances are in series, we can add them up and write 2. So this is the total voltage drop across B and C. So 2 minus 3 plus I into 2. And in this branch, what are the voltage drops? I2 into 1 and I2 into 1. So we can write minus 2 plus I into again 2 ohms, or 2 into 2 plus I. Okay, equal to, write the equation by 2 now, you will get minus 5 minus 3 plus I minus 2 plus I is equal to 0, and 5 minus 3 minus I minus 2 minus I is equal to 0. From this you will get I is equal to 0. So what is the power delivered by the source? Is equal to V into I, which is equal to 10 into 0, which is equal to 0 watts. So you can put a tick against this option A, 0 watts is the right answer. Okay, next question. Find the value of current I. Given options are 1 ampere, 2 ampere, 0.5 amperes or 3 amperes. Let us find out the right answer now. In the circuit shown, one voltage source and one current source is given, and 3 resistors, 5 ohms and 10 ohms. So here 2 active sources and active elements and 3 passive elements are given. Let us find out the current I now. If you can find out the currents in this branch in terms of I, after that apply KVL to the outer loop to find out the current. Okay. So let I1 be the current delivered by the voltage source, 5 volts source. So here what is the, if we apply KCL at this node, let it be N. At node N, apply KCL. Then what are the currents approaching? I1 is approaching, plus I1 plus 1 ampere, and I is leaving, minus I is equal to 0. So I1 is equal to I minus 1. So I minus 1 is the current flowing. I minus 1, which is nothing but I1. Now let us apply KVL to the outer loop. Let that be N and N1. Okay, let these two nodes be N and N1. Outer loop, let us move like this, N1, N1, N, N1. Let this be the loop. So we move from N1 to N and then to N1, N1 to N and then to N1. Let us apply KVL now. KVL to this loop, KVL. N1 to N. There is rise in potential, let plus 5 volts, and we are moving in the direction of current, and there is a drop across this branch. What is the drop? 5 into I1. 5 into I1, which is nothing but I minus 1. We are moving in the direction of current, so sign of this drop should be minus. And coming to the branch NN1, in this branch we are moving in the direction of current, so the drop, sign of the drop is minus 5 into I is equal to minus 5 into I, and in this resistance drop is minus 10 into I is equal to 0. Okay? So from this equation we can get the value of I. Divide throughout the equation by 5, it will become I minus 1 minus I minus 2I is equal to 0. So divide the equation by 5. Then let us open the brackets, minus I plus 1 minus I minus 2I is equal to 0. So it will be 2 minus 4I is equal to 0. So I is equal to 2 by 4, which is equal to 0.5 amperes. So that is the answer. We will put a tick against C. C is the right answer. Okay, next question. The magnitude of current in milliamperes through the resistor R2 in the figure shown is what? Let us find out now. The magnitude of current through resistance R2, let this be I. Let us find out this current I now. In the circuit, two current sources, practical current sources are given, okay, and two passive elements. Practical current source with internal resistance R1, and here the another practical current source with internal resistance R3. It is 2 milliamperes. Okay. Let us convert this current source into voltage source. Let us convert these two current sources into voltage sources and then apply Kirchhoff voltage law to find out the current. 10 into 2, 10 milliamps into 2 kilo ohms gives 20 volts. 20 volts, and its internal resistance will be 2 kilo ohms. 2 kilo ohms. And R2 is 1 kilo ohm given, and here another current source. Now let us convert this into practical voltage source. 2 into 4 is 8. 8 volts, and its internal resistance is 4 kilo ohms. 4 kilo ohms. The resistance of this resistor is 3 kilo ohms. Let the nodes be A, B, C and D. Let us apply Kirchhoff voltage law to the loop A, B, C, D, A. Okay, let I be the current through the resistor R2. So this is R2. This is R2. Start from A, rise in potential, so 20. In the direction of current, so minus 2K into I minus 1K into I. Here rise in potential, so plus 8 and minus 4K into I. And in this branch, minus 3K into I. Since we are moving in the direction of current, the sign of that voltage drop is minus 3K into I is equal to 0. So 20 plus 8, 28, and 2 plus 1, 3, plus 4, 7, plus 3, 10. So minus 10K into I is equal to 0. From this, I is equal to 28 by 10, 10K amperes, which is equal to 2.8 into 10 to the power minus 3, which is equal to 2.8 milliamps. That is the answer, 2.8 milliamps. Okay, that's all for today's session. In the next session, we'll discuss about network reduction technique.